You are standing in a park, eating a granola bar. A squirrel sees you and immediately has a full mental breakdown. It runs 3 steps, stops, runs 3 steps, stops, staring at you like you just threatened its entire family. You are not a threat. You are eating a snack. You are wearing hiking boots. And yet, that squirrel is treating you like the most dangerous thing it has ever encountered in its entire life. So what is actually going on here? Why do animals with claws, venom, horns, speed, and sometimes the ability to detach their own tail, why are they terrified of soft, slow, mostly hairless apes who get winded climbing 2 flights of stairs? Stay till the end, because the answer goes way deeper than you think, and it will completely change how you see every animal that has ever run away from you. Here is something that should make you a little uncomfortable. The fear that animals have of humans did not start last century. It did not start when humans invented guns, or agriculture, or even fire. It started millions of years ago. Scientists have a term for it: the landscape of fear. It is the idea that prey animals do not just respond to predators when they are right in front of them. They shape their entire life around the possibility of a predator being nearby. Their feeding patterns, their sleeping spots, where they drink water, when they move, all of it calibrated around one goal: not getting killed. And for a very, very long time, early humans were a major part of that calculation. Act 1. The fear baked into DNA. Our ancestors were persistence hunters. That means they did not necessarily outrun prey. They did something far more terrifying. They just kept going for hours in the heat of the day, following an animal until it collapsed from exhaustion. If you were a gazelle and you saw a weird, upright creature jogging at medium pace in the distance, that was genuinely one of the most horrifying things you could witness, because it meant you were going to die tired. Animals learned this, not individually, generationally. The ones that did not run from human-shaped silhouettes got eaten. The ones that did run survived. They reproduced. They passed that wariness on to their offspring. Repeat that process over thousands of generations, and you get animals that are essentially pre-programmed with human fear baked directly into their DNA. It is not a learned behavior anymore. It is a survival algorithm. And then, in 2016, a team of researchers at the University of Western Ontario made it even more interesting. They published a study arguing that humans are the super predator, meaning we are feared by other predators more than those predators fear each other. They played audio recordings to animals, not of lions roaring or wolves howling, just the sound of humans having a casual conversation. Mountain lions fled at more than twice the rate they fled from other predators. Bobcats, deer, skunks, possums, all of them bolted faster and harder from human voices than from any other threat in the wild. A mountain lion, an apex predator, an animal that kills deer for breakfast, running away from the sound of someone chatting about their weekend plans. Act 2. The unpredictability problem. Here is why that makes complete sense once you think about it. Most predators follow patterns. A wolf hunts at dawn and dusk. A crocodile ambushes near water. A hawk hunts small rodents in open fields. Prey animals have evolved over millions of years to read these patterns. And knowing the pattern is what keeps them alive. But humans? We hunt in the morning and at night. We hunt in groups and alone. We use fire, traps, spears, bows, rifles, and drones. We hunt on land, in water, from helicopters. We hunt animals we eat and animals we do not eat. From an animal's perspective, there is no pattern to us whatsoever. We are a variable they cannot solve. And when you cannot solve a variable, the only rational response is maximum avoidance at all times. We smell wrong too. Human scent carries a cocktail of synthetic chemicals: deodorant, soap, laundry detergent, plastics, food, that is completely alien to natural ecosystems. Researchers left scent strips soaked in human sweat near wildlife cameras. The reduction in animal activity was comparable to leaving strips soaked in mountain lion urine. You existing, giving off the smell of being alive, are roughly as scary to local wildlife as an apex predator. Act 3. When the fear disappears. But here is the most mind-blowing piece of evidence in this entire story. Go somewhere humans have never been. and the fear vanishes completely. When Darwin arrived at the Galapagos Islands in the 1830s, he was baffled. The animals simply did not move. He wrote about sitting next to birds that did not fly away. He pushed iguanas into the sea and watched them calmly swim back and sit next to him again. In Antarctica, penguins have essentially zero fear of humans. They walk straight up to researchers, inspect their equipment, occasionally try to steal things. And in protected marine reserves where fishing has been banned for decades, fish populations start losing their fear of divers. Fish in protected zones actively swim toward humans. Fish in unprotected zones flee. The conclusion is stark. The fear of humans is not a factory setting. It is installed through experience. When humans stop being a threat, the fear dissolves, sometimes within just a few generations. Which means the fear is not about us specifically. It is about what we do. So here is what you now know that most people never stop to think about. That squirrel having an existential crisis on the lawn is not being dramatic. It is running a survival program refined across hundreds of thousands of years. It literally does not know you are just eating a granola bar and appreciating nature. It only knows one thing, that generations of its ancestors burned into its nervous system. Humans are dangerous. Not because of what you specifically are doing right now, but because of what humans collectively have done across all of history. We hunted every continent. We drove species extinct on every landmass we ever set foot on. We altered ecosystems simply by being present. A 2018 study published in Science found that animals across 6 continents had become significantly more nocturnal in response to human activity. Not because of habitat destruction, simply because humans were around. We do not just live on this planet. We are a force that rewires how every other creature on it decides to exist. And the squirrel, eating nothing, staring at you, running 3 steps and stopping, is not stupid. It is the most honest review of our species that has ever been written.